There aren't many things that I can say that I'm confident about in today's society. And when it comes to the Detroit Lions, we don't know what Brad Holmes is going to do. But as more comes out on Jalen Carter, it's hard to think that the Detroit Lions will entertain the thought of drafting him. We have heard Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell say the right things. They have put the decoy out, if you will, that they could or could not draft Jalen Carter. They've talked to his teammates. They've talked to others. They've talked to him extensively. Scouts have been watching this guy for years. They talk to people who talk to people who talk to people. They do their due diligence. But coming from Adam Schefter today, I think this might seal the fate for Jalen Carter when it comes to the Detroit Lions. Coming from Adam Schefter earlier this morning, says that Georgia defensive tackle Jalen Carter is visiting the Bears today. The Bears have the number 9 pick. Carter's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said he is declining visit request for any team drafting outside the top 10 picks. Rosenhaus says, I am confident Jalen will go in the top 10. He's a good person. He's a family man, loves football, and is a generational talent. Carter was invited and plans to attend the NFL draft later this month in Kansas City. Now, I said this last year, and I think that this for me has made up my mind. I'm going to let you in the comments below right now put, do you think the Detroit Lions will draft Jalen Carter anywhere in the draft? And B, do you think any team will take him top 10? There's I know this is Drew Rosenhaus is doing. This guy is a notorious agent. He was T.O.'s agent, and he's like, in my opinion, he's like a scummy agent, if you ask me. And this is already a bad sign when it comes to Jalen Carter. Now, usually, when it comes to you being a generational talent, you don't call yourself a generational talent. And even though Drew is not Carter, he's speaking for Carter, he's representing Carter, and he's going to call Carter a generational talent. Let me tell you something. Your character as a human being outweighs any football ability that you have. And for this guy to think that he's so much, he's so confident in his player being a generational talent that he's declining visits of teams outside the top 10. Now, I have to ask you as Detroit Lions fans, I've seen some of everything on Jalen Carter. No matter what, take this man. I want to ask you a question. Has your opinion stayed the same of Jalen Carter? He's so confident with the miserable pro day he had, the charges that he had, and also the resurfacing of him getting pulled over 4 months prior to the incident that got him in such hot water. He's so confident that he will go in the top 10. He's declining to meet with the other 22 teams. So for me, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't think the Detroit Lions take him. I was on the fence last week when I made a video based on what Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell had to say at the owners meeting last week. But this right here, the Detroit Lions will not take Jalen Carter. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. That is my final answer. Jalen Carter will not be a Detroit Lion. So let me know in the comments below. Has your opinion changed on Jalen Carter? Do you want the Detroit Lions to take him? Do you think the Detroit Lions will take him? And do you think that he's going to go in the top 10? I'm going to tell you what, man. This is not how you start your NFL career. He reminds me a lot of Kayvon Thibodeau last year. Kayvon Thibodeau, you started to see that Kayvon Thibodeau was all about himself from day one. And I was adamant that if Aiden Hutchinson was there, he had to take him. So here's what I'll say. If Will Anderson is somehow sitting there at 6, that's who the Detroit Lions take. They will not take Jalen Carter. With this guy, you never know. So I can't be on the fence. I'm going to say they don't take him at all. Detroit Lions will not take Jalen Carter at all in this year's draft. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be prepared, man. It could be slow, then just like that, it can ramp up. We got to get to that NFL draft, but when we do, we are going to be excited, man. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, trying to get to 9,300. And as always, go Lions.